Kirk, obviously, the 2 interceptions. Can you just break down what happened?
Yeah, they were completely on me. The first one, cover 4 safety, got underneath the route like he's coached to do, and I just, instead of flipping backside to my second and third option, hung with my first option and felt like, if I made a good throw, I could stick it in there, and you can't stick it in there. You got to come back to your second and third option, which I didn't do, and on the one in the second half, I was just trying to do too much. I think that's something that Iowa's defense is very good at, is they get you impatient and make you try to get greedy and take too much, and that's what I was trying to do.
How about the one where you threw off your back foot?
You said it exactly. I threw out my back foot on the one to the field. I had a good option to my primary receiver there and decided to pass up on it. Didn't feel good about it after coming off the sidelines. My quarterback coach told me that I probably should have taken that. And then I just saw a lot of space to the field and thought that my receiver out there, with all that space, if I put it out there, he'd be able to come back for it. And again, that wasn't the case. So it was my fault. And again, like you said, I threw up my back foot, which I said at the beginning of the year I can't do. To be successful, I need to trust my protection to throw off my front foot and shift my weight, and I didn't do that on that play, and then the result was not what we wanted.
Did you maybe let the game situation trailing affect your decision making a little bit, trying to force things?
Well, I think for the most part I didn't. I think if you look beyond the 3 interceptions, which is silly to say because that's what dictated the game, but if you look beyond those, I don't think I was impatient. But on those 3 interceptions, absolutely, I was trying to do too much. And again, like I said, Iowa's defense is a bend but don't break defense, and when you only are getting a few yards at a time and you get a chance to chuck it deep, you always want to try to force it in there, and they got the better of me on that one.
Is part of trying to do too much just not having an effective run game?
Well, I think if you look at our Michigan game, our offense got going because of those big runs we had early. That's what really got everything going. And so if you can bust a run early, like we had against Michigan, something like that, that definitely helps. But whether we're running the ball well or not, we still got to be able to deliver, and I still can't turn the ball over. So that's something that whether we run the ball well or not, I still have to be very mindful of.
Kirk, what's happened to the running game in the last 3 weeks?
I think we've run into some very good defenses. I think that if you look at Iowa's D-line, I would say is the best in the country. And as a result, you're going to have a hard time running the ball, and that's where I knew we were going to be able to throw the ball effectively. And at times we did, at times we definitely did not.
Kirk, the Rucker decision created a lot of controversy. Did it also create some distraction to the team, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I wasn't even thinking about that today. I was just thinking about the defense we went up against and what we had to do to get done there.
As a captain and looking at the guys in the locker room, what kind of sense do you get as to how the team will play next week?
I have a better feeling in the locker room after a loss like this than some of our losses last year. I feel like, obviously, we have a lot to play for, first of all. I think if you look at Iowa today, we ran into a buzzsaw where they had come off a loss, and they basically, you could tell, just said, we're not going to lose today. We're not going to lose at home. We're not going to lose 2 in a row. Our seniors on our team aren't just going to let that happen. And you could tell, and that's the mindset we have to have now. That we lost one where we got handed to us, but coming back home now with 3 games to go, we just have to have the same type of attitude where it's not going to happen.
Did you speak up and say anything in the locker room after the game?
No, I don't think there was anything that needed to be said. I think that right now we just need to go back, learn from this, grow from it, and get ready for Minnesota. And we'll make sure we have a great week of preparation because, like I said, we have a lot to play for.
Last question for Kirk.
Did you find yourself at all at one stage just in there looking up at the scoreboard, just disbelieving what happened?
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, and you could tell that all 3 of the turnovers that I had led to points. I think they got 21 points off of them, so they led to all touchdowns. And, the floodgates just opened, and it was quickly slipped through our fingers. So, and again, against the defense like that, it's that defense is not built to be able to mount a 30-point comeback on. So it made it tough once we got down like that, and then it turned the ball over. So again, that's something where I'm going to go back and work on it to make better decisions, and that's what quarterbacking is, making good decisions. So I'll be sure I'm doing that this week in practice and next Saturday in the game.